Okay. All right. So we're in the trailer here. We've got Sam, Markin, and Johnson, of course, Steve here. So as we've done with the last few committee meetings during construction here, so I'm going to hand it over to Sam. He's going to give us some highlights and percentage of completion, and we'll give you an opportunity to see where they're at in the construction. And then we'll hand it over for any questions that you guys have. So with that, I think Sam's going to share his screen here and show you some snapshots here.
Drone picture.
Can everyone see that all right?
So far, I'm seeing a sweep up there. It comes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we had a drone flyover last week. We got precast coming this week, so we wanted to get in there before the roof started to get on. So you guys will start seeing there'll be a crane on site for the next couple weeks here, or for the next week at least, setting precast planks. So it's a pretty big milestone event. As you can see from the picture here, we got quite a few. We were able to get quite a few interior walls built before the precast, so that was pretty big. I'll keep scrolling through here. You can see along the outside here, we got air barrier applied. We got all of our structural steel in place. Yep, moving along here. This opening here, if anyone's wondering, that was left out as a access to get the steel cells in once they are delivered on site, which currently are scheduled for the end of September. Middle to end of September is when we got that scheduled.
So the roof will be on when you put those steel cells in. The roof will be on the jail then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be watertight, and yep, the EPDM will be on. There'll be a pad poured right here for staging, and then they actually double stack the cells before wheeling them through. So they'll be delivering them over here, staging them, and then bringing them in. Looking on the back side here, they're still working. They're going to be building this mechanical room here in the next week or so. This will be, there's two different mobilizations for the precast. We have the one that's happening from this week till the end of next week will be this low roof area. And then there'll be about a week and a half time where they need to get up a couple walls, and then the high roof area will be coming on July 18th. That'll be roughly 5 days. So by the end of July, we'll have all the precast on. They have started with the brick veneer back in this courtyard area, we're calling it. I got a picture of that I'll get to at the end here, but by the end of the week, you'll be able to see, and they're wrapping around the corner a little bit, so you'll be able to see the veneer up.
So if anybody asks you why is the building painted black, it wasn't painted black. That's a vapor barrier.
Yeah.
I guess there's been some people asking why it's painted black.
Yeah, so similar in residential construction, when you see a house wrap or Tyvek, for example, it acts as the same protection.
Yeah, here's just an overhead view of some of the interior walls here. Steve could speak more on that if you guys wanted to actually look at what the rooms are, but I don't know if we need to get that much into detail. Here's some of the electrical going in underground, along with the plumbing. All the subs have been working really well together. Everyone's going smoothly. Here's a picture of the interior demo that's going on. This was a CMU wall that was getting knocked down. So we got that's kind of going on continuously. And then here's that veneer that I was talking about. know, Steve, you wanted to comment on that or?
Well, when I climbed up on the roof this morning, on the law enforcement center and took pictures myself on it, I really wanted to try to compare this brick, this veneer, compared to what's on the COB building, and then what's on Fastenal's new building. And it's not a perfect match, but it's a match where it looks like it actually belongs in this area. And then I started to realize with the darker grout onto it, it really started to marry into the law enforcement center. So it's such a dark brick on the law enforcement center that it now starts to tie into this building. And then with the different colored, I don't know what you want to call it on the bottom, the brick, the block.
Mhm.
Yeah, so some of that's, the base block. Those colors tie into some of the colors that are on the courthouse. So I think that was a really, really good job of what everybody did, Clan McCarthy, making sure that this was something that looked like it belonged in this spot. So I think there's people at different stages of this get a little frustrated seeing mud, then just CMU, and then a bunch of concrete, and then now they're seeing this black. But almost like everything, patience is the virtue of really seeing the end result. So this end result is going to, I believe, is going to look like it's something that belongs in this area when you come across the bridge. So it's going to look okay. It's going to look great. Not okay.
Yeah, I guess that's all I had for pictures. Just for a brief update, I did some calculations this morning. We're roughly 45% complete through the project, and we're tracking right on schedule as we got it. So everything's looking good there. We haven't run into any lead time issues or potential delays so far. We've been able to get ahead of everything. Guess I'll turn it up to if anyone's got any questions on anything.
So is the entire building going to look with that brick, or was there some different? I thought when I looked at different pictures, is the entire building wrapped in that, or is there different fascias?
No, you're absolutely right. So there are portions of the building that have a limestone, and so if you see the mock-up panel, half of the mock-up is brick and half of it's stone. The vehicle Sally for the most part is the stone. There's a portion near, basically outside of the kitchen is going to be stone. So that lower portion you can see there, that's going to be wrapped in the stone. And then it transitions to the brick in the high housing unit area. There will be a band of granite in the stone area. And then the link actually will have metal panels. So the brick and the stone will transition as it connects to the existing building with a more of a vertical metal panel to be able to transition between the dark brick and the more red brick.
And it'll have some of that limestone in the front by the entrance too, right?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that'll also marry right into the courthouse, the Cobb building, which got the limestone. Obviously, the new Fastenal building's got that limestone all the way across it as well. So
I think there's a rendering, right, of kind of what it's going to look like. We could send that out to.
Yeah, just remind everyone what the end result will look like. Mm-hmm.
I think depending on which snapshot you're sort of at, whether you're coming across the bridge or you're on 3rd Street or at the courthouse, I think each snapshot tries to pull in what you're looking at with it, whether it be the law enforcement center, courthouse. You turn the other way, then it's Cobb building and Fastenal building. I think each one just sort of tries to marry it in each time you're looking at those different angles.
Is the last thing you build the Sally Port then? Just so you have room there to maneuver stuff?
Yeah, that was the idea behind it. That's going to be built within the next several weeks here. That's going to be part of that second mobilization for precast. So you'll see that going up in the next few weeks here. Yeah, we left that off just to give more access around the building.
probably also a good reminder that if you do want to schedule a tour, I think Markin and Johnson's always been willing to accept anyone who's interested. I think you just need a couple days notice or so you have all the protective gear and
Just even a
schedule it.
day's notice would be good, just to,
Mhm.
and how many people are planning on, just to get the
Right.
vests and hard hats together.
Yeah.
We usually have at least a couple on site at all times, extra ones.
Mhm.
Yeah, this would definitely be a good time for a first walkthrough, because then the next walkthrough, I think, would be another significant change in the building and what it's going to look like. So,
Yeah.
With
Although the
everyone.
next several weeks will be a lot of overhead work. So
Yeah.
Some,
Yeah.
but there'll be times where we'll able to walk through.
Mhm.
so feel free to get a hold of me. Call my cell phone. I joke around and say call 911, but don't. Any questions?
All right. Well,
Oh, did you say that we're 45% along? Or did I
Yeah.
miss that?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I just woke up. Just kidding.
Worth noting, next meeting scheduled for July 26th, so same time. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Please get a hold of me if you want a tour. Be glad to walk anybody through or a group.
Oh,
Great.
one last thing I did want to note on that week of the 25th, we do have the 4th Street utility tie-in coming July 25th. That's a 2-week shutdown. I know Steve's going to be sending out
Yeah. So Jeff and Ron, we need to be letting, so I didn't want to get it out too soon because just in case something changed, but we got to make sure that we get that to the news to let them know, both radio and the papers. So,
so the Highway 43 will be shut down, and then there'll be a detour.
it'll go off the interstate bridge to the right on 4th Street to Huff Street, down to 2nd to Franklin to Sarnia, and then back on 43.
And the duration, is it
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
So you're
Do we have a-
coordinating
do
that
we
with
have a date?
MnDOT?
It's,
Yep,
Yep.
that's all. Everything's all taken care of between the city and MnDOT and safety signs.
good question, Dave. Yep.
Well, if you haven't, they'll get a little wily about it.
No, yeah, that's all I had.
Yeah, same.
I'm good. Have a great day, everyone. Get ready for the rain.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank-
Have a good day.
Next update, appreciate the drone pictures.